Attention all viewers, the program you are about to watch, Searching for Sasquatch, is for entertainment purposes. Accounts described by guests are claimed to be true and accurate. Some names have been changed to protect individual privacy. Jason Kenzie is an expert animal adventurer with 25 years of field experience. Caution and companionship is advised for all who venture into the deep forest or backcountry.
So Randy,
Yes?
we've got some sounds here that were recorded in the general vicinity of this area. The person that recorded them has back porch and wouldn't share it with anybody. He told one person and shared them with him. He was trying to get him to have us come out there, and the gentleman died.
Oh.
He was elderly, very scared of people knowing that this was going on. He wouldn't go outside in the back.
He wouldn't.
He was very, very afraid, and I think you're going to hear why he was afraid when you hear the recordings that he made.
What I would like you to understand is this roar you are about to hear was caught only a few miles from where we are about to investigate. This is only one unexplained sound of 4 other recorded roars that we have in possession. These roars have never been heard by the Bigfoot community.
And so we did get permission to use the recordings and share them. So I want to know if you've ever heard anything that sounds like this around here.
Yeah, I have recorded that too.
From here?
From here, yeah.
Before I began my investigations into the lure of Bigfoot, I traveled the world meeting people who live with the most amazing animals. The dynamics that surround these forest giants is very complex.
Wow, this is so cool.
As a skeptic, I'm on a mission, an adventure of a lifetime, to find evidence that if these Bigfoot creatures are real, I can once and for all put my doubts aside and share with the world that that sound of that simple crack in the forest may not just be a chipmunk. My name is Jason Kenzie. These are my chronicles into searching for Sasquatch.
I hear something. Oh shit, I saw it.
Out of the 590 million people who call North America home, only a small percentage of them go walking in the forest at night. Once the sun goes down, there are roughly 20 nocturnal animals that roam the woods. Here are a handful of them: bears, mountain lions, owls, porcupine, wolves, coyotes, and skunks. Hi, I have been searching for these cryptids called Bigfoot for about 3.5 years. Now I've traveled all over North America. I've been having so much fun. I've met some incredible people. I can't stand here right now and tell you that 100% that these Bigfoot creatures are real. But what I can tell you, that over the years and all the expeditions I've done, the things that I've seen and heard in the deep dark forest, well, there is a big possibility that these creatures are real. Now, how would you like me to tell you a story about a team of Bigfoot researchers that traveled to Minnesota, meeting a guy who claims to speak to these Bigfoot creatures? This guy also talks about having tons of these tree structures on his property. How would you like me to tell you a story about what these Bigfoot researchers find in these forests? You know what? Better yet, why am I going to tell you this story when I can just show you? My name is Jason Kenzie, and you're watching the Bigfoot series, Searching for Sasquatch. What are we waiting for? Come on, let's go find ourselves some big hairy cryptids. Here I am once again flying into the United States to investigate into the lure of Bigfoot. I can't wait to see what adventures I get myself into this time.
Well, the little guy, he was kind of funny looking. In what way? I don't know, just funny looking.
Well, fancy seeing you guys again. I'm on another Bigfoot expedition. Right now I am with Tammy from the SheSquatchers. The other girls and Todd are behind us, and we're on our way to a guy by the name of Randy. And Randy lives
Minnesota.
We're in Minnesota now. And Randy, and what is so special about Randy?
There have been so many reported sightings, daytime, nighttime. Randy interacts with them and has a relationship with them, and there's so much activity that a lot of people have been really wanting to go investigate this area. And you have to have a special invitation to do that. So we got that special invitation and we're gonna go see.
Yeah, so I'm very excited, as I always am, and I say it in all my documentaries, but I really do mean it. Hopefully we have some really cool experiences here. We will be seeing you there shortly.
Oh, the SheSquatchers are finally here.
Randy!
Hi, Randy!
Hello.
Hi! To finally be here again.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Jason Kenzie.
Good to meet you.
Hey, nice to
I
meet
hope
you.
you get some action because I've been talking to him and you will get Sasquatch action. Say, I'm Randy Bauer from Black Lake, Minnesota. I've lived on this homestead since 1979, and say for a living, I'll tell you, I've never had a day job. I'm a musician, play keyboards and sax. I started with the accordion. I thought I was gonna be the next polka king, and then I switched. As far as what's going on here, the Sasquatch and Bigfoot thing, I never believed in Bigfoot. I did not believe in it. I wasn't a believer or a non-believer. I never gave it any thought at all. And in 2013, I walked the woods a lot. And it was in February. We got off the road. We were coming back from Laughlin, Nevada. There was a lot of snow. Snow was past my knees. And so I took the snowmobile back behind the house here and rode on the trails there. I knew it was going to be 40 below that night. Not wind chill, 40 below on the thermometer. I knew that I could walk the trails the next morning. So I did that. And I'm on my way back, getting close to home, I come across these tracks. And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, what? They were like 16, 17 inches long and a 6 to 7 half spread between each step. And they were in line, not staggered. And I'm looking at them, I was thinking, is this Bigfoot? And I kind of laugh a little bit, you know. And I got sticks put in each track. I still have the pictures still. And I had said, I got to call somebody on this here. So I looked at Bigfoot, Minnesota, and I found the SRA. And Jim Hebb was the leader of it at the time. And I sent the pictures to him. He called me back right away and said, Randy, you got a Squatch. And that's how this all started. In fact, they stepped across the river, the Cormorant River. That's how big the thing was. I've had a lot of things happen since then, a lot.
So what is one of the most amazing sightings that you've had?
I've had so many of them, I don't know which one to tell you. I'll tell you a few of them. The first, they're not Class A sightings. People have them. I'm calling them double Class A sightings. One of the first ones was I'm driving a pickup down the power line. We live right by a power line. And I'm driving down there and I get almost to the end of it and I see this big red wide thing. And I'm like, what the heck is that? First thing I thought, is that a four-wheeler down there? It was kneeling down behind some little popple saplings. And I get out of the pickup, I start walking down to it, I get like 150 yards from it. I get 75 yards from it and it stands up. And it's 9 foot tall. The reason I know it's 9 foot tall, because after the deal was done, I got a tape measure and the sapling was 8 feet tall. And it was about that much taller than the sapling. Now this is in the broad daylight, about 2 o'clock, and we look at each other. But here's the thing, I'm looking at it and I go down like that, go up like that, and it's gone. But I called a friend of mine who's had lots of activity, and we found a track. And I got a casting of it. It's 16 inches long, but it had like a dew claw thing. And we figured out what it was finally. It's not a foot track, it's knuckles, a thumb, and a wrist. That's what it was. It was when I was kneeling down. Another one in the same area, by the power line pole, and the power line pole has a black plastic wrap, 10 feet up. That's so porcupines, raccoons can't crawl on it. And I'm taking the kids, the grandkids, 11-year-old Bristol and 6-year-old, Madison, and we're working down the power line. And I swear, if I see one ever again, I'm not taking my eyes off of it. And we get another, like, I don't know, 150 yards from it, and I see it. It's a black one. It is even, top of its head, even with the bottom of that black plastic wrap, which is 10 feet up. And what do? I turn around and say, girls, get up by me. And when I turned back, it was gone. I didn't realize the 11-year-old was watching it too. And Bristol said, Grandpa, I just seen a tall, hairy black giant walk in the woods. I never talked to them about Sasquatch or the Patterson-Gimlin film, but I asked her, how did it walk? And she walked the same. She did the same thing that Patterson-Gimlin with the arms swinging back. Bear's arms are up like this. These were down past his knees. I'll give you another, I call it double class A sighting. Me and another guy were back in my deer stand, back in the state land. We put a new camera on a tree with new lithium batteries, brand new SD card. I put some peanut butter out there and some apples. And we're sitting in the deer stand about 11 o'clock at night. It's not even made for 2 people, it's just one I made in the woods. So he's sitting down in a chair and I'm standing kind of like this here. And about 25, 30 yards away, I see this like a portal. It's looking like a doorway. It's shimmering, yellowish, greenish, bluish, whitish, but it's huge. It's a rectangular door like this. I can't give you the measurements, but it was huge. I take my glasses off, rub my eyes. Am I seeing that? Put them back on. Yeah, I am seeing that. I say, John, you see that? And he said, yeah, he's been watching it too. All of a sudden, 2 big orbs come out of that doorway, portal looking thing, but they're walking. We can hear their footsteps in the leaves, crunching the leaves. Both of them go over to where the peanut butter stuff is. A couple minutes later, not too long, they come back, and the first one is not in orb form. I see the cone head, red eyes, the shoulders, the arms swinging back and forth. The one behind it's an orb. They go to that doorway looking thing. It's all gone. So we wait a little bit there in amazement. We get out of the deer stand, go over to where the peanut butter was. The apples are gone, the peanut butter is gone. The SD card is wiped clean and the batteries are drained dry. No picture of us. When they set the camera up, it's nothing.
Do you ever hear screams?
Yes, screams. I've had howls at me. Last night we had a howl. Last night there was one. I've had rocks thrown at me. I've had logs thrown at me. I'm going to tell you one thing. Sasquatch, and I don't give opinions. I'm giving you my experiences. Opinions mean I'm guessing it out. I'm not guessing this. Sasquatch is flesh and blood because they leave tracks. I got 30 envelopes of hair. So that is true. But they're more than that. Because I've seen Sasquatch come out of the portal. I've seen them one time down by the power line pole, same area. I'm walking down there, I see the black one again. And I don't take my eyes off of it at all. It goes, disappears right in front of my eyes, poof, gone. That's not normal. I think, this will be opinion, they're interdimensional. That's what they are, because I've seen it happen lots of times. I've gone through 250 jars of peanut butter to date. Yeah, I'm really happy that the SheSquatchers are here and Jason Kenzie is here, because, you know, there's so much going on here. I want to take other people that know what's going on and take them out and show them stuff. I'm going to take them out and show them that I have lots of structures and teepees. They're not wind blowing. They are put there. I got a lot of tree bends that are intertwined and put there. And I'm 64 years old. I've been hunting in the woods since I'm 12 years old. Dad put me in deer stand and 12 and leave me there. I have never seen sticks fly through the air, land in an X or a teepee. It doesn't happen. And yeah, of course there's trees that get blown over by the wind. Well, that's different than what the tree structures are. Have I ever seen a Sasquatch make one? No, I haven't, but I know that's what it is. They've been seen at my place 24 times. I've seen them 8 times.
We leave the comfort of Randy's home to go deeper into the forest. But before that, Randy wanted to share with me some skulls that he believes Bigfoot is giving him. He also wanted to show me what he believes are Bigfoot hair.
They gift me a lot. They give me deer skulls. And I know they give them to me because they'll be on my deer stand, they'll be on my porch. I'll walk down a trail, I'll come back the hour later and they're there. I've got 40 of them so far, they're right here. These have been given to me. I didn't find these. Raccoons do it to peanut butter jars. This is what they do to them. Sasquatch does not do that.
What do they do?
Sasquatch take them to wherever they come from, clean them out, put the lids down in the color they are, which you'll see when we get down there, And the jars are brought back and they're totally clean, like they went through a dishwasher. Not a mark on them. This is one of the ones was on my deer stand. It's a beaver skull.
Oh, wow.
I didn't just walk in the woods and find a deer skull. I'll walk down a trail, come back the same way, and there's a deer skull there. It wasn't there before. These are the Y sticks. These are perfect. And these will be on my porch.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
I'm going to tell you about this Y stick. A couple years ago, the girls, grandkids were out in the woods, out in the yard playing. They heard a big crack in the woods. They come running in the house, kind of scared, saying, "Grandpa, I just heard a loud crack in the woods." I go out there, and this is standing up in the yard like that.
Really?
Yeah, for real. My wife's seen it. This is look at how many Ys are on it. This did not blow out from the woods to itself. And you can see where they broke it. I don't know what they mean. I'm taking them as a gift. You know, I don't know. Does that mean there's 6 what?
Maybe they're asking you why. We are heading up this power line to these poles that Randy says has Bigfoot hair. When Randy told me that there was Bigfoot hair hanging from the poles just up yonder, I was very excited to see what these Bigfoot hairs would look like.
Powers to be that have looked at it have said the same thing. It's long, it's red and wispy. I've seen the red one, Sasquatch, that's 9 foot tall. I think they're standing and rubbing their back, scratching themselves. I don't know what else it would be. It's not deer hair. I know deer hair good. It's not bear hair. So I just left it. I don't know what else it would be.
I am in no way saying that this is Bigfoot hair, but it sure isn't deer, and it doesn't look like bear. So what is
That
it?
did look like it had a follicle on it. Mm-hmm. That one did.
After collecting the Bigfoot hair, Randy took us deeper into the forest. He was going to show us some tree structures that he has found over the years. When did you find this?
4 years ago.
So you've left it there for 4 years?
Yeah, I've never touched it. I don't, when I find Y6 teepees or structures, I don't touch them. I just look at them.
Really?
Yeah, I don't touch them at all.
What do you think?
I think it's very interesting, and I think it's the amount of times that it happens to him that is the indicating factor that it's not just a coincidence that it happens, a few times maybe, but it happens for him all the time.
There's a baby teepee, that's what I'm calling it. This is the area where Samantha and wife Terry seen him come through. Where the neighbor guy seen him come through.
I think the Sasquatches are living in here. Right, Sasquatches? There is miniature Sasquatches. They are 9 inches tall. Not 9 feet, 9 inches. They're living in here. I'm telling you right now, I can't make this stuff up.
You can.
Where there's 1,000 acres of woods, I don't see nothing like this.
For the next hour, Randy took us to see multiple tree structures. My question, and I always ask this question, why? Why do they do this?
Because,
exactly.
I'll give you the answer why.
Okay.
Because I asked them to specifically do this here. We interact all the time together. I do things, they do things. I ask for things, they do it for fun.
So you asked them to knock something down?
I asked them, I said, hey, can you bend some small saplings across my trail where I can't get through? Next day, they did it. They do things, I ask all the time for things and they do it for me. Like all my gifts I got, I move them, they move them. I go out there and I take pictures how I put them. Like last night, I got pictures from last night how I put it. And I'll come there and today they'll be moved. We're just having fun. That's all what's happening.
Well, if it's that easy, I'm like,
it is that easy.
Excuse me, can you bring us sticks of gold, please? Just tons and tons of gold. And just leave them right here. Make sure you mark it as Jason Kenzie, because I'm greedy and I don't want anyone else to have it. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm going to share with everyone.
Okay, I'll say this here. As crazy as it sounds, and I know it sounds crazy, they trust me. Doing is, I'm not trying to get proof for the world. I could care less about the world. Say, Randy, you got to put flour down, get traps. I said, no, I'm not. That's trying to get proof for the world. I don't do none of that stuff. I don't do any whooping. I don't do no knocking. You don't need to do any of that stuff because they're here.
And then Randy showed me an interesting structure. As I moved closer to get a better look, something didn't seem right. Something was missing. I'm going into the middle of this because I want to show people what it looks like. I wonder why is there no hair? Like it's not even one strand.
Not a one, no. And I've really looked. I've got down my hands and knees and looked on my back, looked at everything. If you get back there, you can see all the X intertwines with this X. And these X's are new. They weren't here last year, these X's.
So here's the thing. I believe the Sasquatches can recognize cameras, tree cams, people when they're looking in their direction, all that good stuff. They know we're looking for their hair because they see that we're looking at footprints. So my question is, why would they be so stupid to leave hair out there in an open area that they know that you guys are grooming?
Yeah.
The only answer that I have is the fact that they want to be seen.
Right.
But then again, why isn't there any hair on here? If they're okay with hair being out there, why would they be so careful to place this up without putting the hair? I'm sorry to ask these questions, but it's just confusing.
Yeah, well, I know what you're saying.
So he's going to show us one last thing, and then we're going to head back to camp, and we're going to wait for tonight, and then we're going to come out here, and we're going to see if we can find any more evidence, if they can come walking up to us and whatnot.
Yeah, it is. Because I showed you the pictures of what a bear and raccoons do.
Yeah.
These are, if you look at these,
well,
these are perfect.
I can tell you right now, I will not argue with that. Yeah.
Bear or raccoon, look at the difference. Bear and raccoon, if we're not going to put them in color order. That's not me doing that.
What? That's them doing that?
That's them doing it. I don't touch them. This is Sasquatch doing this.
Wow, that's pretty impressive if Sasquatch is doing that.
They are doing that.
Aren't chimpanzees colorblind? Are monkeys colorblind?
Yeah, they are. That's why Sasquatch is not an ape.
Out of 132 species of monkeys on this planet, the owl monkey is monochromatic, seeing only in black and white. Among tamarins and spider monkeys, all males are dichromats. They can't perceive reds or greens, but females split 60-40 between 3 and 2 color vision. His peanut butter collection was impressive. If what he says is true, that he believes these cryptids place the lids in order of color, then this is incredible. This would mean Bigfoot can detect circles. Okay, and the fact that they are not colorblind. As the day is slowly turning to night, we head out to set up our camp. This is a fun activity for me because I get to work with a team who, just like me, loves the mystery and adventure of searching for these monstrous creatures. Now with our tents up, we head to our campsite to make a fire. This is a great time to share with you an interview I had with a lady who had an encounter seeing what she believes was Bigfoot. It scared her so bad she didn't want to show her face because she didn't want to get ridiculed by society. If it's one thing I love to do, it's interviewing eyewitnesses. And sometimes they are extremely shy and very nervous of the camera. But don't you worry, I have a little technique up my sleeve when this happens. I'm trying to trick her into thinking it's off so she won't be so nervous.
Okay, it's off.
Before I push record, what would you be saying to me? No, what would you say? You would tell me your name, like Bunny or whatever you want to call yourself. My name is Shadow Bunny. Just tell me, what did happen to you?
This would be a dry run.
Yeah, just a dry run.
I was driving home around 10 o'clock at night, and I looked over on the right side of the road, and that's when I saw a figure walking into the woods.
And so what did this figure look like?
It was massive.
Did you see hair?
I saw hair standing up on its head.
And was it nighttime or daytime?
It was nighttime.
And where was it? Can you point to where it was?
Just like right over here on the road.
So what was the first reaction you got when you saw it?
Oh, I couldn't believe that's what I had seen.
And so what did this figure do?
It just was walking into the woods and then it disappeared.
And you knew right away that it was Sasquatch?
I knew right away it was Sasquatch. And ever since that sighting, I won't go back into the woods, and I have not been back in the woods.
You will never go back into the woods?
No, and I have not since.
So before you saw that sighting, did you used to go back in the forest?
But yeah, I would go and walk back there and everything. I wasn't nervous about it, but now I won't go back there.
So have you heard screams and howls?
Yes.
And what do they sound like?
Just something I've never heard before. I mean, I've never heard a sound like that. I was here cleaning, and I went outside for a second, and I was just standing there looking at my phone, and then I got really like a weird feeling, and then I felt like I was being watched. So I went back in the house right away, and I got almost into the kitchen here, and there was a big loud bang on the side of the house, and it scared me. The reason why I want to remain anonymous is so people don't think I'm crazy.
The fact that Shadow Bunny, didn't want to be recognized made me believe that she saw something terrifying. Now that the moon is up, we are now heading into a very spooky area of the forest on Randy's property.
Rolling.
Okay, so right now we're going to be heading into these dark woods that's over there. This is very serious because there could be Sasquatches running everywhere over there. We know because his son has seen them. Where is his son? Okay, it's good. Anyway, we're going to be going over there. We're going to be going into this really dark forest. Now, have you ever had any experiences over there?
Yeah, lots of stuff. Taking apples from the pine trees, the horse whinnying, the weird sounds, cracking sounds, knocks.
Have you ever seen anything over there?
I have never seen nothing over there, no.
So this forest goes back, I don't know, maybe 200 yards?
Yeah, to the river.
So it's not that wide, but it is dark, right?
Mm-hmm. Dense.
And so...
Lots of pine trees.
Yep, so we're going to go and check it out. So I'm glad you're going to come along with us. Come on, guys, let's go.
Let's go.
This is open right here. Let's go, guys. Rock and roll. And we're going into here.
Just watch what's below you.
Okay. If I see anything, I'll let you... Oh, there's a log. So then they're all planted in rows. We should be able to walk in rows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you go straight this way.
It's not a row.
Yeah, it's kind of a row, but not. Whoa. Hey, I see Treichel. As we slowly move forward through these dense, creepy woods, looking for any footprints or any oddities, we start seeing something familiar, out-of-place tree limbs. But then we came across something that shows there is a great abundance of food prey for Sasquatch to hunt and eat. Oh, here's some scat. So this is a fox or coyote or something, because lots of deer, lots of fur in there. A lot of fur.
He touched it. You nasty.
This is interesting because this is either coyote or fox, but it shit on top of deer. See?
Oh, yep. There's deer poop.
There's deer in there.
Oh,
Marking its territory.
So came along, got jealous or something, and it just, you know.
Yeah, and there is a lot of hair in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at that tree structure. Honestly, if you look, this one's just placed here. This one's just placed here. You've got this one placed, which some of it could be fallen from.
No.
You don't think so?
Not like that.
Well, it is.
The chances of them falling directly next to each other like that is, what's the chances of that?
This one's placed. That one's grown. This one's, actually that was placed.
I knew it.
You're right, that was placed. So a lot of these have been placed.
So it's strange, right?
Yeah, there's high strangeness around. We can't say it's Bigfoot.
No, we can't say it's Bigfoot. We can say it's miniature Bigfoot, so all in one little spot.
Yeah, these are
Yeah, they're
all
just.
placed.
I think
We
they
can
just
follow the way.
happen to fall there. I don't know if you're thinking they're placed there?
I think they were too, because I mean, I keep thinking about weather, but like, you know, Jason was saying, do they really fall often straight down into the ground right all next to each other?
Yeah.
But it's the same type of trees that are found here. Yeah. And this does make
It's important to investigate every piece of evidence, and Jenna was doing just that. She's highly skilled in her observation. I do have to say that this definitely isn't nature caused. And as for Bigfoot making this, well, the same question comes up. Why would he make something like this? We also cannot rule out human-made. After an interesting evening in these woods and not finding much more evidence, we were all getting tired, so we all headed back to get some shut-eye.
an undisclosed location in the middle of freaking nowhere. Listen. Coyotes.
Oh no.
Keeps me
I
up
can hear,
all
I
night.
can hear you from right next to you.
I'm there shivering, going, Sasquatch, there it is again. And again. There's 10 of them.
Well, we were afraid that he'd come in and jump on the bed with us, and we thought, oh no, there's not enough room for him.
If our feet are hanging off, imagine how it is for me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, well, you guys have a good sleep.
Good night.
I'll see you in the morning.
And let the Bigfoot bite. See you guys tomorrow morning. The next morning, the clouds came out, hugging the sun. It was going to be an exciting new day, where the bees play with the flowers. Randy picked us up in his side-by-side. I knew in my heart nothing could ruin my day. Ah, son of a bitch! Okay, so we need a new drone. Anyway, we are on our way to meet a very interesting person in the Bigfoot world.
And I should mention, I also had put a couple of CDs up in some trees just because they're shiny. So when Randy took me to the spot to show me what had happened, my camera had been turned sideways on the tree that it was on and smeared all over with mud. All four of my mirrors were on the ground, and the one that the camera had been pointed at. Hi, my name is Mike Quast. I live in Moorhead, Minnesota. I'm originally from the Detroit Lakes, Audubon area. Went to school in Audubon. Currently employed as a school custodian, but in my spare time, my whole life I've always been naturally attracted to paranormal subjects, and especially Bigfoot. It helped a lot that I had my own sighting of Bigfoot when I was 8 years old in 1976 at a place called Strawberry Lake while I was out on a Sunday drive with my family, and I knew that when I was out on my own, I was going to want to become a Bigfoot researcher and investigator. So beginning in about 1987 when I was out of high school, that's what I started to do. Travel around Minnesota, tracking down witnesses, collecting stories, and only once before now have I ever had access to a private property. Most of my searching was done in state and national forest. 1990 to 92 or 3, I had access to a property in Clearwater County where Bigfoot tracks were appearing and sounds were being heard, but there were never any sightings there. That was the most intense case that I had for a long time until recently, when in 2019 I heard about Randy Bauer's place up here in Beltrami County near Black Duck, Minnesota, and I was lucky enough to be granted access here. I first visited here in December of 2019, but activity had been going on here since 2013. And met Randy, struck up a friendship, and I remember my very first visit here. You hear a lot in Bigfoot lore about wood knocking. You see it on Finding Bigfoot on TV a lot. They go out and they bang on trees, and they think sometimes they get answers, and they think that's how Bigfoot communicates with each other. I had tried that many times and never gotten an answer, but I never heard a wood knock until my very first visit to Randy's place. And now I've lost track of how many times I've been here, and I've heard it many, many times now. There have been, I believe, 24 sightings here on this property so far by many different witnesses. I myself have not had a sighting here yet, but I have heard things so many times, so many different sounds I've heard here. I have heard whoops and howls. We believe that these creatures are incredible mimics, that they can imitate almost any sound they hear. We've heard horse whinnying when we know there's no horses around. We've heard an elk call, and there are no elk that live in this area. We've even heard, and I've heard this myself, what sounds like human speech being imitated, but not in words that you can understand. It sounds like a gibberish, or what I've heard has just been really brief and too far off to be able to make out the words, but what I thought at the time was just human beings calling out to each other, only to find later that there was nobody in that area. Okay, most of my life I've been into writing as a hobby, and it seemed like a natural thing once I got interested in Bigfoot and started to really research it, to write books on the subject. And at first, I was doing self-publishing, and the first book that I ever produced, I banged it out on a manual typewriter way back in 1990. I had several self-published books over the years. A couple of years ago, I had an offer to have my books turned into professional versions, so I am an actual published author now. And I knew that Randy's place deserved its own book. As soon as I first visited here, I knew it was going to deserve its own book. So that book came out in 2021, and it's called Sasquatch Central: High Strangeness at a Northern Minnesota Homestead. It tells the whole story up to that point here, although it's ongoing now. And I'm here today, this weekend, to meet up with the SheSquatchers, who I've known for a while, but I'm excited to be working with them here to jointly investigate the place. And I am also working on a new book, which is going to be called Bigfoot, the Minnesota Scene, in which I'm going to interview as many other Minnesota researchers as are willing to participate, and I'm going to be doing an interview with the SheSquatchers.
So you truly believe in Bigfoot?
Absolutely. I truly believe that these Bigfoot creatures exist and are here on Randy's property.
You know, going through the leaves. So Randy's going to show us a hot spot. And now we're back in the forest. Are they grouse?
Yeah, they're grouse, yeah.
So do you guys have blue grouse?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, look at them all.
Me and another guy out, John Badger, sat in here, and we seen the portal doorway thing, and two orbs came out of there, and they were walking. Went over to my gifting area over here. They came back, and one wasn't in orb form. I seen its cone head, its red eyes, its shoulders, the arms moving like this here. The other one was in the orb form again. They went to that portal doorway thing, and it was all gone.
So what color was the orb? Oh, or like the doorway?
Doorway was like, if you look at the northern lights, kind of yellowish, reddish, bluish, whitish, kind of streaking, kind of shimmering. Yep. It wasn't just a light. It was kind of moving and shimmering like.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and it was so dark out that me and John couldn't even see each other in that deer stand there. And I took my glasses off, rubbed my eyes. Am I seeing that? I couldn't believe I was seeing it. I asked John, you see that? He said, yeah, I've been watching it too. And when the round, big orbs came out of it, they were walking. We heard the footsteps in the leaves.
Mm-hmm. So this is where Randy leaves gifts for these Bigfoot.
They have never messed with this. This has been here for a few years. It's never been touched.
Oh.
They must not like the scooper.
No.
Well, you know what we'll do? Here, how about that?
We'll see Jason on the ground going into convulsions.
I'll get close, you get... I just show off.
You should have put your mouth on that hair. Right?
Look at that.
Yep.
Now I'm 7 feet tall, so I'm 5'6", so you can imagine. The thing is,
They've added sticks to it as the years have gone by.
But it's not too large that a human couldn't put this together. Like all these sticks are just light enough for, you know, a human. One person can make this. Not saying a human did.
No.
Maybe a Bigfoot. I mean,
Well, another thing, look to your left there. See how this one branch is twined? It's like underneath this one here and goes on top of the one that comes down there.
This is the same spot where the one native guy
here.
Yeah.
And this was a teepee where we walked and we come to another teepee and we thought we were at a new one and we were here, but our tracks go north in the snow.
Wow.
We left this one. This is the one.
Well, you can 100% it is not snow-lope. Like it's not just fallen. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, because these old sticks they're not from up there. No.
So what do you think it represents?
I don't know. This one's been here for a good 9 years. It's changed.
There's another one. Right there. I've been hired to investigate a ranch in the backwoods of Minnesota with the SheSquatchers. Immediately upon arrival, we found tree structures and what could be Bigfoot hair. Now I'm hiking through the forest with Randy, Todd, and Mike. We are investigating for any possible signs of Bigfoot. We were studying a tree structure when I spotted a second one not too far away.
And it's changed.
There's another one. Right there. Okay, we're gonna go over here to this other tree structure. We'll come back and keep it there.
Well, this is a new structure. I've never seen this one before. I've seen lots of them.
Holy run! Okay, we're running from the wasps. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, they came out. Yeah. There were so many wasps.
That's a horse skull.
So, do you think it killed the horse or it just died?
I don't know, but something weird hung it up on the thing there.
So I found a lobster mushroom. And look, and there's another one here. Oh, this one's a little
mushy.
yellow, little mushy, but the reason why they call them lobster mushrooms is not just because they're the same color, but they smell like lobster and they taste like lobster.
You got that fishy smell.
Yeah. Look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo. Wow. Come here. Because look at the twist at the end.
Look, even that grasshopper likes it.
Yeah, that's how you can tell canine, at least wild canine.
Yeah.
Right? It could either be a coyote or a wolf. I haven't seen any tracks of wolves.
Yeah.
It's more likely going to be coyote for sure, but you can see because it's twisted at the end of it. I can honestly say that I will never get tired of finding these tree structures. I just wish that they were larger in size so I can rule out human-made. But enough fun in the wilderness. We need to get back to Randy's ranch to meet up with the SheSquatchers. We wanted to talk about these strange, unidentified roars that we have in our possession.
So Randy,
Yes?
we've got some sounds here that were recorded in the general vicinity of this area. The person that recorded them were from his back porch and wouldn't share it with anybody. He told one person and shared them with him. He was trying to get him to have us come out there, and the gentleman died.
Oh.
He was elderly, very scared of people knowing that this was going on. He wouldn't go outside in the back.
He wouldn't.
He was very, very afraid, and I think you're going to hear why he was afraid when you hear the recordings that he made.
What I would like you to understand is this roar you are about to hear was caught only a few miles from where we are about to investigate. This is only one unexplained sound of 4 other recorded roars that we have in possession. These roars have never been heard by the Bigfoot community.
And so we did get permission to use the recordings and share them. So I want to know if you've ever heard anything that sounds like this around here.
Yeah, I have recorded that too.
From here?
From here, yeah. That's really something. That's a really good one. That's the best I've ever heard.
Close.
Better than what I have, yeah, because my recorder was way far away.
And what do you guys think about this, Tammy?
I think it's amazing.
I mean, I've heard some Sierra sounds, but this to me sounds almost better than that.
It's one of the best I've heard.
Yeah, me too.
So there's a second one that Jen has.
It's a lot longer, and there's a lot of going on towards the end of the recording, so just hang tight before we talk. Let's just listen.
But you hear them in the background. Like there has to be 6 of them at least, maybe more. You could hear them answering each other. Let's hear that again.
All right.
Sounds angry.
Or hurt.
That's what ejected him.
Definitely having a disagreement, seems like to me.
Yeah.
You know?
So, can you imagine if this happens here?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd be all over it. That'd be amazing.
And then they all start chiming in. And there's more, like different kinds.
It is.
Now, do you think there's any coyotes in there? I don't really hear coyotes.
Like
I don't think so.
No, like in with it. I don't think so. I don't.
For a second, I thought I heard it,
Yeah.
but then no, it wasn't.
And I thought
It's not
the
the
same
same.
thing at
Yeah.
first. I started to think, is that coyote in there as well? But I just don't think it
It's
is.
not the same. I mean,
Yeah.
I've lived where there's coyotes
Yeah.
every single day. And
Yeah.
It's not a coyote.
So I just want to let everybody here know, at the end of the documentary, we're also going to put a couple more amazing audio. This isn't the first time I've heard strange sounds in the forest. On an expedition in Michigan with a Bigfoot group, there was strange talking caught on audio. With this in hand, I went to an American reservation in Minnesota called the Red Lake Band of Chippewa Indians to talk to Vicki Finday about what these creatures might be saying. Some people in the Bigfoot world believe that the Sasquatch people speak Chippewa, and nobody would know better than Vicki. She is a well-respected Ojibwe elder who teaches the language. And I was shocked by what she believes they are saying. Now I'm with Vicki, and I'm going to show her some weird talking that I caught when I was in Michigan. It sounds like some weird talking. It could be Sasquatch. Can you tell me, what do you think they're saying? Does this sound like your language?
Wow, sounds like he's saying "Hoa, Guji Majan." So he's giving, like, almost when you say "Hoa, Guji Majan," you're surprising him, but he's warning you to go away.
Really? Because I was in a hammock that was tied up right next to a giant tree X, and something had walked up on me and grunted in my ear, and it sounded like he was annoyed. because it was like, it scared me so bad that I started shaking. And then as it turned and walked into the forest, I could feel the vibration of it off the road. And so, yeah, so that, it kind of makes sense.
Sounded like it was annoyed by your presence. So maybe the X marks where his vicinity is, his dwelling.
Do you think he could have been part pirate, and maybe there was gold that was underneath the X?
Possibility.
Rawr, those Sasquatch pirates. Get away from my buried treasure. I survived, so I may have annoyed him, but not enough for him to, kill me. Well, thank you, that's awesome. I'm in Minnesota right now. I'm about to go on an incredible Bigfoot expedition. This is going to be so much fun. I've been with Randy, Mike, Todd. This is going to be a crazy expedition. But I have, beside me is a motorcycle, and I'm going to go deeper into the forest. This is going to be some real serious stuff. Right down. I'm all set. I didn't find Bigfoot. He's up there somewhere. I know. I will find him. I just have to keep looking. My name is Jason Kenzie.
And that is?
And that is the weirdest looking bike I've ever seen. All right, I know you can barely see me. We are heading to the fire pit. I'm with Jen and Tammy, Todd, and everyone's Randy. There. Yeah, Randy and Jenna. And Mike. Oh, they're all over there.
I heard movement behind us.
Okay. And I tell you to shine the light and you flip it behind you and you don't look.
Just like,
I was being sneaky. I heard movement behind us in the woods.
Jen says that she heard something behind us. So there could be something tracking us, like beside us. So let's just wait. Whoop! It's always good to film behind you, in case you are being tracked. Oh, okay. I saw eye shine right there.
Where?
Right there, right where my camera's filming, right there. I saw it. I saw it. Right there. I'm pointing the camera right out there. Now, it blinked because I saw it for a second, and then when I turned the camera on it, because I'm facing myself, I only saw one.
Here, kitty.
Just keep going. Right here. Okay. Before you rule out the possibility that there is nothing behind us, and it's only our imagination playing tricks on us, watch what happened 5 minutes prior.
Give me the small flashlight. You're too trippy.
Obviously, this could be just a small animal, like a fox or even a coyote, which to me is odd behavior for a wild animal. If you hadn't noticed, the creature is moving towards us instead of running away. I don't know about you, but in my experience with wild animals, they seldom want to be close to humans. Finally, we made it back to the others without being eaten by those two 900-pound, 9-foot-tall Bigfoots that were hiding behind that thin underbrush. Gonna do a howl. I'll do a little bit more mature howl. Oh! Okay, we'll do an old man howl. Having a heart attack. So we sat around the campfire for another couple hours with no responses. So I got bored and stood up and said, hey, can I do another howl? Even though everyone around did not like howling, I thought, what the heck? If these creatures are real, they already know we're here. I'm going to do a howl. Let's see if we can catch it.
Oh, start over. I forgot to turn the mic on. Sorry.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's a funny shit.
Oopsies.
That's not a coyote.
Yes, it is.
That is.
Yes, it is.
But the other one wasn't.
Shut up. It's here. Oh, that sounds amazing.
That wasn't a coyote, the first one.
That come from there. Neither of those over
Yeah.
there.
Holy we missed it.
Yeah, because you wouldn't shut up.
My mic was on though, and I'm recording. So.
No, but you weren't when it fucking howled.
Yeah. No. I turned it on
think you caught
just
that?
before yeah.
The chorus?
Hopefully.
We'll find
So
out.
that was a howl.
I'll have to use your camera. Mine's.
See, that's one. That's not a pack.
Yeah.
So wait, so that first one?
That first one is different again.
No, that was the same one.
So the first one was different.
That's only one over there. That's not a pack.
For the next couple of hours, we heard nothing but the crackling of the campfire. Then suddenly, from out of the darkness, so we're hearing something in the phone. What is that? Listen to it.
It doesn't talk at all really either.
So weird. There is something in the forest
Like an owl? But not
behind
really.
us. It's almost like an owl.
That's what I just said.
Not quite right. Do they have mentally challenged owls out here?
That's gotta be an owl.
As I scan the darkness with my flashlight, my mind is going a mile a minute. I've heard all kinds of owl sounds in my time, but this one sounded strange. Knowing that there's an unknown creature out there, what's even more concerning is that I'm planning on spending the night out here alone. Then, with a rational brain cell, I decided to test out the theory of the Darwin Awards. We're going to walk closer to it. It could be an injured fox. Or it could be a 900-pound hairy creature mimicking an owl to lure unexpected blonde adventurers into the woods to eat him. I mean, them. Okay, we've decided to go into the forest, into the lair of the Sasquatch. It is fucking scary. I'm pretty sure this is the smartest thing I've ever done. The howl was right beside us. Right? This is where we heard it. Right about here. Look at that. Look at this X. Holy f***. No, seriously, look at this. Is that f***ing amazing? Come on. You cannot tell me that this is tree fall. Look at that. Look at that. Spider web. And you know what? I feel like this is by his gifted area. There's no way that he knew about this, because he would show us. Oh yeah, this is so impressive. So this branch, look at that, all the way down there is placed and goes all the way up. And how is it stuck there? That one little thing is holding it.
It's gotta be dead.
This is not dead, the main one?
No, that one's across, so they're not as heavy.
This one, that one is placed. I don't even think it's a...
It's still alive.
Yeah, I just saw that. So... Ironically, what was right across from this tree X was an actual spider web. Oh yeah, look at that. Head back to the campfire because it was time for Todd and I to spend a few hours in a deer stand. Probably gonna get eaten by a Bigfoot.
The Minnesota screams! There was a shooting star, did you see it?
Yep. Guys, Todd and I, we're going to be heading to the deer stand over here. Hopefully we don't get eaten by any deer, because they're attracted to these places. That's why they call them deer. Thank God they don't call them rhinoceros stands, because that'd be really shit. So I will talk to you guys later. We'll be there for about 4 hours. It was nice knowing you guys. I love all you guys.
Bye, Jason. Bye, Jason.
Remember that Howard Long dog.
Bye, Todd. See you later.
I told him, so you're
Have
not
fun, guys.
Yeah.
So what's going through your mind there, Todd? What do you think's happening?
Oh, this is going to be an awesome adventure, let me tell you.
After about an hour, you'll probably start hearing stuff, walking and stuff.
To be honest, I'm very nervous. I am nervous. I won't lie. And it's going to be interesting. It's fine now because there's 3 of us. Once we're by ourselves, you know, hopefully.
You never know what could happen.
I want to say hopefully one of the creatures comes up, but really, you know, come on. Shut up! I really don't know what's going to happen tonight. With every step I take, I know that very soon I'm going to be by myself, alone, 7 feet up in a tree, waiting to see a 9-foot cryptid walking in the direction of Todd's tree stand. Sorry, Todd. This is my narration.
I think it's going to be safe.
All right, guys, I'm all secure.
Action in here.
Okay, well, you have a good night. I think I just heard Bigfoot growl.
I hope you get eaten alive too.
This shirt I'm going to put on. Last thing I want to do is get cold.
I know.
You know, it's no fun.
No, you'll be miserable.
Being scared shitless and cold at the same time, it's terrible. All right. We'll be going way up in this tree, about 7 feet high. And we're going to be spending the night here, so it's going to be most interesting. A chocolate bar to bribe Bigfoot so he doesn't eat me. He's like, please, this tastes way better than I do. I don't know why I brought this camera. I mean, it's completely useless at night. maybe I can throw it at Bigfoot.
Yeah.
No, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Could be. Meanwhile, while I'm settling in, the SheSquatchers head into the forest looking for footprints and other tree structures.
Okay, I just heard more footsteps. I heard branches snap, and then I shined my light over there, and there was some eye shine, and there's been some more branches snapping. Here, footy. am I gonna do if he comes out and goes, "What, man? What you want?" Up there, right there. See it, right there.
Okay, so it's been about an hour, and there has been a few noises that's come around here. So there was a branch that broke just over here, and I can't see anything, but it doesn't mean it is a giant monster covered in hair. But it is scary being all by yourself in the forest. I'm only 7 feet off the ground. These bloody creatures are like 9 feet tall. I could just I'll just look to the left and there's some eyes looking at me. Man, that would be freaky. I wish you could see how nerve-wracking it is up here, sitting in the dark, waiting to see a large, monstrous creature. My thoughts go straight to those unsettling roars we played for you earlier. Imagine if those are truly real, I could be in big trouble.
I know. So irritating. Up there, right there. See it, right there. Where? Right there. Oh my God.
It's in a tree.
It's in a tree.
It's small and it's in a tree.
Is it a raccoon?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yay, we found it.
Tell me,
What?
how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's not Bigfoot. Carry on.
With nothing else found, they head back to the campfire.
Radio check.
Check confirm.
Yeah, I did.
That's Todd.
Radio check for Jason.
It's not answering.
Copy that. This is Jason. I'm doing okay. Hey Todd, I'm gonna do a howl, okay?
10-4.
Here we go. It is f***ing scary as hell, and you're all alone here in the forest. I'm looking like a redneck. Do you hear that? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It definitely sounds like a wounded animal, like a baby deer. And as much as I kind of want to have some action, some howls or something, A little bit of me says, nope. It's like a mixed emotion. I really want these creatures to be real. I just really don't want those creatures to be real right now.
Yeah, it's really, really quiet, and my butt's hurting.
Well, what do you think? I'm going to spend another, half an hour, and then, where are the girls? Are they still at the fire pit? Hey, Tammy, over?
Yes, we're still at the fire pit, and we're probably going to hit the tents.
10-4.
Okay, well, Todd, just let me know when you're ready to go. And
10-4. Yeah, let's give it a little bit more time, even though it is very quiet.
Did you hear the cow?
I thought I heard a cow. There were dogs. They really sounded close to me.
Yeah, one sounded like, I don't know, a calf or something. It was like a cow.
Oh, you know what? I tried a deer call at one point. Twice.
Yeah, that's what it was, for sure.
You know, they do say that Sasquatch will eat deer. So, you know, maybe if I make some doe sounds, maybe that'll attract Bigfoot. I mean, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. But we'll give it a try. What the heck?
With no sign of a big hairy Bigfoot going after Bambi,
Yo-ho-ho.
Todd made his way to me, and the end of our stay in the forest alone has ended. For now.
Not much. Y'all bundled up?
Yeah. The next morning came faster than expected, and once again my time here is up. Minnesota hasn't let me down. The evidence I've gathered here is amazing in my eyes.
Get on in.
We got to do it again.
We appreciate you.
Yep.
I will miss my friends as we say our goodbyes. My journey into the lure of Bigfoot
Glad to got to meet you.
will continue as I search the days and nights until I can finally prove that these cryptids are 100% real. Until then, keep the Bigfoot adventures alive. Heading back to the house and gather our stuff and interview him, and then we're going to spend the night.
His name's Randy, by the way.
So we're going to head back to the house. We're going to get prepared. I'm going to interview because I'm Randy. Yes, I am. Hey, Randy.
It's gonna hurt.
For your hospitality,
Same here.
it's truly a pleasure. And I have to say, I think I left, well, I actually feel like I left a part of me here when we go to leave. There are 3 holes up there that are 12 inches deep.
Okay.
That have a bit of me there.
Would there be like a treasure in them if I dig them up?
No, I don't think so.
No.
You're watching Searching for Sasquatch.